Hi, it's Rebecca. I'm the gal that helps you get the messages that you need to survive and thrive. Today, we're going to talk about something that you might not expect from me, considering I'm considered a spiritual teacher. But it's about, let me change this slide. I look terrible. Great writers that ever lived, Gary Halbert, and how this skill can help you. Have you ever had something for sale that a product or service that was so good, but you just didn't know how to talk about it? You felt tongue tied. Well, if you have something wonderful to sell and you can't get clear about it, you might need to study copywriting. Copywriting helps you describe what you're selling and the benefits of it in such a way that people really, really want it. So, I had an event coming up that I really wanted to out in the best way possible. And I decided that I would ask one of the greatest copywriters who ever lived, Mr. Gary Halbert, if he would help me. Now, he is crossed over to the other side. By the way, I want to show two of his books I have. This one, I'm going to show them again at the end. This one, and there's another one I just found out I don't have today. Get them on Amazon. So I have an event coming up in January. It's by Mary Magdalene, and it's all about the ancient temple rituals that she was trained in becoming a sexual healing priest or priestess, so that you can use the power of Kundalini for healing, for becoming more magnetic, but I felt like I wasn't talking about it well enough. So when I decided to ask Gary Halbert if he would help me, here's what I did. Now, I am a medium, but you can do this too. Anybody can do this. I called him into a circle of light. And why did I choose Gary Halbert? Because he's one of the greatest copywriters who ever lived. And anything I've ever seen about him, I wanted to buy it so bad I was falling over myself to get it. So I didn't want it to be one-sided. I didn't want to just say, hey, Gary, can you help me out writing this copy? So I asked him, how can I exchange energy with you? If I ask you to help me, what can I do for you? And by the way, I highly recommend when you're calling on angels and spirits, saints for guidance and help, don't just sit there and say, help me, help me, help me. Ask, what can I do for you? You'd be surprised the answer. So I don't know anything about the personal life of Gary Halbert, but here is what he said when I said, what can I do to help you? And I'm reading this if my eyes look funny. Here's what he said. Please get out this message. And to the general public, maybe it's for some of his family. I don't know. And he said it so simply. It's not like he sat there and thought about it, which we would if he was doing copywriting. He said, I was distracted away from those that I loved. I didn't show love enough. There needs to be more forgiveness in families. There needs to be more letting go of old grudges. Please, Rebecca, ask people to refuse to go through life with a big chip on their shoulder. Enjoy life more. The connections that you make with others and even animals are the real riches of life. And then he continued, get this message out from me, Rebecca, and I'll help you anytime that you desire to explain more clearly about your services or products. So I'm going to just continue. That was a very short, simple message. Who can you forgive today? You know, the holidays are coming up, and there's a lot of old grudges and resentments around families. Who can you forgive today? What kind of resentments, what kind of blame, what kind of guilt can you intend to let go of today? You take the first steps toward forgiveness. We need connections in our life. We need our tribe. Some of us are so afraid of being hurt that we've just built a wall around our heart. And it could be in just certain areas. Maybe it's in romantic love that you built a wall around your heart. Maybe it's in associations with your family. And I hear your thoughts now. Well, if I forgive them, it's like I'm saying it's okay. No, forgiving is setting you free. Maybe you need to make new connections. But starting with forgiveness, and ask a being of light for help. And don't be afraid to say, what can I do for you? Bearing grudges and holding resentments keeps that healthy love and intimate connection away from you. So that's a very short message from Gary Halbert. I want you, if you do have something for sale, go get this book. Is this showing up backwards? It's showing up backwards on my screen. On the thumbnail, it shows the right way. And learn more about how to describe your services better. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back and relook at these while at the same time tuning in to see if Mr. Gary Halbert might have something, a better way for me to say something. And oh, Lee, you're so sweet. It's fine on this end. And describe better that event that I'm having in January. Actually, there's only 5 spots left. But you know what? When you have something good, you just want to say it the very, very best way that you can. So go buy the books on Gary Halbert, copywriting, and thank you, Gary, for giving us this message of forgiveness and letting go. I'm Rebecca, the gal that helps you get the messages that help you survive and thrive. It's been my joy. See you again soon.